If you have been saving remote job posts, sending applications when you get the chance, joining every WhatsApp group with job links, following every remote work page, and you're still getting no interviews, you need to hear this. The problem may not be that there are no opportunities. The problem may be that you do not have a strategy. And I know that might feel annoying to hear, because when you're looking for a remote job, the first thing everyone wants is a job link. Send me the link. Where do I apply? I'm interested. Do you know anybody hiring? What website should I use? And I get it. Job links are helpful. I share remote job opportunities too, and I understand why people want them. Job links alone is not a strategy. A job link can show you that an opportunity exists, but it cannot tell you if that opportunity fits your skills, if they hire where you live, if your resume is positioned properly, if your LinkedIn supports the application, or if you're applying in a way that actually gives you a chance. And that is what we're going to talk about today, because a lot of people are not lazy, they're not unqualified, and they're not incapable. They are just applying without a system. Hi, I'm Crandall, founder of Savvyberry Consulting. I help Caribbean and international professionals transition into remote work with more clarity, more confidence, and more strategy. And today I want to talk to you about something that I think more people need to understand if they're serious about finding remote work, especially if they live outside the US, UK, and Canada. You cannot build a remote career on random applications. You cannot build a remote career by just saving posts and hoping you remember to come back to them. You cannot build a remote career by applying to everything that says remote without checking if it actually applies to your location, your skill set, your experience level, or your long-term goals. That is how people end up exhausted. That is how people end up saying remote work is a scam, or nobody is hiring from the Caribbean, or I've applied to 100 jobs and I heard nothing back. And sometimes, yes, the remote job market is competitive. Sometimes companies are unclear. Sometimes job posts are misleading. Sometimes they say remote, but they really mean remote in one country. But sometimes we also have to look at the way we are approaching the search. Because if the approach is random, the results will probably feel random too. So in this video, I'm going to break down what a remote job strategy actually looks like, why job links are not enough, and what you need to have in place before you keep applying. And if you're watching this before June 8th, the next Remote Ready Blueprint cohort is starting soon. This is my 4-week guided program where we work on your remote job strategy, your resume, LinkedIn, and application approach, so you're not just guessing your way through the process. Let's start with job links, because this is where a lot of people put most of their energy. A job link, it feels productive, right? You see a post, you save it, you send it to yourself, or you drop it in a group chat and you say, I'm going to apply later. And in the moment, it feels like you did something, you actually accomplished something. But saving a post is not the same thing as applying well. And applying is not the same thing as applying strategically. Because here is what usually happens. You find a remote job post, you get excited, you skim the title, maybe it says virtual assistant, maybe it says customer support, data entry, social media assistant, admin assistant, project coordinator, something like that. Then you open it and you see remote, and immediately you think, this could be the one, this could be for me. But did you check if the company hires globally? Did you check if the job is only open to people in the United States? Did you check if they require work authorization in a specific country? Did you check if the time zone works for you? Did you check if the skills match what you actually bring to the table? Did you check if your resume speaks directly to that role? Did you check if your LinkedIn profile supports the same story? Because if you skip all of that and just apply because it says remote, you may be wasting your energy on jobs that are not meant for you. And that is one of the most frustrating things about remote job search. You can be doing a lot and still not be doing the right things. That is why more job links will not automatically fix the problem. More job links without strategy just give you more places to get rejected from. And that sounds harsh, but it is the truth. You do not need more random links. You need better direction. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people saying, I just want anything remote. I mean, come on. I understand why you would say that. Because when you need income, when you're tired of commuting, when you want more flexibility, when you want to work from home, when you're a mother trying to balance your child and your work, when you're living in a place where local opportunities feel limited, it makes sense that you might say, at this point, I will take anything. But Anything is not a strategy, because if you're looking for anything, your resume will sound generic, your LinkedIn will be generic, your applications will sound generic, and the companies that are reading them will not know what to do with you. Remote work, again, is not one job. Remote work is a way of working. So you still have to decide what kind of work you're trying to do remotely. Are you trying to get into customer support, virtual assistance, admin support, executive assistance, social media management? What is it that you really want to do? Do you want to get into sales support? Do you want to be into project coordination? Do you want to be into recruiting? You need to decide what it is that you want to do, because like I say to my clients, if you're looking for anything, you're not gonna find anything. And there are so many different directions you can take, but you cannot position yourself for all of them at the same time using one vague resume and one vague profile. You need a target, and your target doesn't have to be perfect forever. You can adjust as you learn more, but you need somewhere to start, because when you know the type of role you are targeting, everything gets clearer. You know what skills to highlight, you know what tools to learn, you know what keywords to put on your resume, you know what kind of companies to research, you know what kind of content to post on your LinkedIn, you know what kind of job titles you should search for, you know which opportunities are worth your time and which ones are just distractions. This is why the first question should not always be, where can I find remote jobs? Sometimes the better question is, what remote role actually makes sense for me? That is where the strategy starts. Now let's talk about skills. A lot of people already have remote ready skills, but they do not know how to position them. They have customer service experience, they have admin experience, teaching experience, sales experience, hospitality experience, banking experience. They have call center experience, especially those in Dominica that has worked at Clear Harbor. They have experience in social media, experience managing people, solving problems, communicating with customers, organizing information, creating documents, supporting teams. But when they apply for remote jobs, they don't translate that experience. They just list what they did, and the recruiter is left to figure out how that applies to the remote role. And that is not the recruiter's job. It is your job to connect the dots. For example, if you worked in customer service, don't say assisted customers. That could mean anything. You say that you responded to customers' inquiries, resolved complaints, documented customer issues, communicated clearly, followed up on concerns, and maintained a positive customer experience. That sounds a lot more remote ready, right? If you worked in admin, don't say performed office tasks. You managed schedules, organized files, prepared documents, you supported daily operations, you coordinated follow-ups. If you are a teacher, you don't say, I taught students. No, you planned lessons, communicated with parents, managed student records, created learning materials, and you use tools to support learning. Those are transferable skills, but they can only help you if you know how to name them. This is why people can have experience and still look unqualified on paper. Not because they have nothing to offer, but because their resume doesn't show the value clearly. A remote job strategy helps you take what you already have and position it properly. Another issue I see is that people treat their resume and LinkedIn like two completely separate things. Your resume says one thing and your LinkedIn says something else. Your headline is vague, your about section is empty, your experience section is completely outdated, and you're applying to remote jobs, but nothing on your profile makes you look like someone preparing for remote work. And listen, I'm not saying your LinkedIn has to be perfect, but it should support your direction. If you're applying for admin and virtual assistant roles, your LinkedIn should make that clear. If you're applying for customer support roles, your LinkedIn should make that clear. And if you're trying to move into social media support and content coordination, your LinkedIn should make that clear. Because recruiters, trust me, they do look at LinkedIn. Hiring managers, they do search people online. And even when they do not search, a strong LinkedIn profile gives you another place to show your skills, your experience, tools, your personality, and your professional direction. Your resume and LinkedIn should not confuse people. They should work together. The resume is the document you send. Your LinkedIn is the professional presence that supports it. If both are vague, you are making it harder for people to understand where you fit in. And that is the last thing you want in an already competitive remote market. Now, let's talk about something that affects many people in my audience. If you're applying from the Caribbean, Africa, Latin America, Asia, or anywhere outside of the main hiring markets, you need to be even more strategic because not every remote job is worldwide. And this is where a lot of people get drained. They apply to 20 jobs, 50 jobs, 100 jobs, and many of these jobs are never open to them based on location. A job can say remote and still only hire in the US. A job can say remote and still require you to live in Canada. A job can say remote and still require legal work authorization in a specific country. A job can say remote and still only hire in certain time zones. As an international applicant, you have to learn how to read job posts properly. Look for words like global, worldwide, work from anywhere, contractor, international, LATAM, async. All of these are open to candidates outside of the US. Also, you need to pay attention to what they do not say. If a job says remote but then mentions US benefits, US work authorization, or specific states, that may not be for you. If a job says must be authorized to work in the US and you're not, this is probably not where you should put your energy. And if a job says remote but must be based in New York, that is not a worldwide remote job. This doesn't mean there are no opportunities for you. It means you have to stop wasting your time on the wrong ones. And this is why strategy matters so much for international applicants. You're not just applying, you are filtering, you are researching, you are positioning, and you are choosing roles that actually make sense. That is how you are going to protect your energy. Let's talk about the actual application process because a lot of people are applying in chaos. They see a job post today, they apply. Tomorrow they see another one, they apply. Then they forget what they applied to. They don't track the company, they don't remember the role, they don't follow up, they don't know which resume version they used, they don't know where they found the job. Everything is scattered. And when you are scattered, it is absolutely impossible to improve because you cannot see what is working and what is not working. You need a simple system. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can use Google Sheets, you can use Trello, you can use a notebook, use whatever works for you. But you should be tracking the company name, job title, location requirements, date applied, resume version used, job board response status, follow-up date, and any notes. This helps you to see patterns. Are you applying mostly to roles that don't hire where you live? Are you applying too late? Are you applying to roles that do not match your experience? Are you using the same resume for every single job? Are you getting views but no interviews? Are you getting interviews but not moving forward? You cannot fix what you are not tracking. A remote job strategy is not just apply more. Sometimes the answer is not more applications. Sometimes the answer is just better applications. Now, I do believe in consistency. You cannot apply once every 3 weeks and then decide remote work is not working. But consistency without quality will also frustrate you. If you're sending out rushed applications, generic resumes, and applying to roles that don't match, doing more of that will not fix the issue. So I like people to think in terms of intentional weekly action. Maybe that looks like researching companies. Maybe it looks like updating your resume. Maybe it looks like improving your LinkedIn. Maybe it looks like applying to 3 to 5 well-matched jobs per week instead of 30 random ones. Maybe it looks like learning a tool that keeps appearing in the roles that you want. Maybe it looks like creating a small portfolio. The goal is not to look busy. The goal is to move forward. And sometimes the most strategic thing you can do is slow down long enough to fix your materials before you keep applying. Because applying with weak positioning is like pouring water into a leaking bucket. You're working hard, but you're losing energy. So what does a real remote job strategy actually include? It includes knowing the kind of remote role that fits your skills. It includes identifying the transferable skills that you already have. It includes learning what skills or tools you still need to build on. It includes creating a resume that speaks to the role that you want. It also includes fixing your LinkedIn so it supports your job search. It includes knowing which job boards and keywords make sense for your location. It includes reading job descriptions properly. It includes tracking your application. It includes preparing for interviews before you get invited to one. It includes understanding that remote work is not just freedom, it's responsibility, communication, discipline, and self-management. And this is the part I want people to really understand. Remote work is not just about getting out of the office. It is about proving that you can work well without one. It's a different kind of preparation. And this is exactly why I created my Remote Ready Blueprint program, because I kept seeing talented people, especially in the Caribbean and other international spaces, getting frustrated with remote work because they were trying to figure everything out for themselves. They were saving job posts, they were applying randomly, they were using resumes that were not positioned for remote jobs, they had LinkedIn profiles that didn't support those applications, they were applying to jobs that were not hiring in their location, and they were starting to think the problem was them. But many times, it was not that they had nothing to offer. It was that they did not have a clear strategy. Inside the Remote Ready Blueprint, we work on building that strategy. We look at your skills, we look at the kinds of roles that make sense. We work on positioning your resume. We look at LinkedIn. We talk about job search strategy, applications, remote tools, international job search considerations, and how to approach the process with more clarity. And I always want to be honest. This is not a magic program where I can promise you a job in 4 weeks. Nobody should be promising you that. But what I can help you do is to stop guessing. I can help you understand what you need to fix, where you need to focus, and how to approach your remote job search with more intention. The next cohort starts on June 8th. So if you know you've been trying to do this on your own and you're tired of feeling confused, this is your invitation to join us. So let me leave you with this. You do not need to keep applying randomly. You do not need to keep saving posts and calling that a plan. You do not need to keep wondering if remote work is possible for you while using the same approach that keeps draining you. You need clarity. You need positioning. You need a strategy, because the goal is not just to find remote job links. The goal is to become a stronger remote job candidate, and that is something you can work on. If this video helped you, subscribe to Savvy Berry Consulting for more remote work strategy, especially if you're applying from the Caribbean or outside the US, UK, and Canada. And if you're ready to build your remote job search strategy properly, join the Remote Ready Blueprint before the June 8th cohort begins. The link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.